Hey guys, what's going on? Third Street Reactions here. I'm Shane.
Malachi.
Marietta.
Evangeline.
Guys, these are my kids. I'm taking them through Dragon Ball Z Kai. We're on episode
81.
Alright guys, last episode, Vegeta is getting a taste of perfection.
Nothing's perfect.
Okay. What do you want?
He's getting humbled, so.
He was getting humbled. He was an idiot for doing that, wasn't he?
He's so stupid.
Yeah, dumb.
Well, I mean, but you gotta see, like...
Or Krillin.
Yeah, Krillin's the biggest idiot of them all.
He's a
His
stupid,
pride and
bald,
his
short idiot.
satisfaction. He should have just like.
Yeah, he is.
I'm short, so I can say it.
Yeah, me too. What were you saying, Leona?
He should have just like didn't do that because he did it for himself. He's being selfish because he wanted to fight him, but he wasn't thinking about everyone else.
I mean, Krillin should have just used a controller.
He wasn't thinking of this.
I'm
should've-
talking about the
Vegeta.
other one.
Oh. Krillin should have used that controller, turn her off, and then you just take her home anyways.
Yeah, whenever
I'm just
she's passed
kidding.
out.
That's terrible. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Watch out, everyone. It's all bad.
Yeah, I mean, Trunks is holding back. What did he say, though, about his father? And by the way,
His pride.
I'll tell you this. Brett, don't cut this out. He always called him father in the previous, in Dragon Ball Z, the version I watched. And now he calls him dad all the time. But father is kind of timeless. Dad is too modern, hipster, and, you know, I mean, I call my dad, but it just feels like in this world, when him coming from a future that's apocalyptic and he never had a dad, he would call him father. So, that's a terrible change. Anyways, I'm sorry, what were you saying about Trunks, and what is Trunks saying about Vegeta?
His pride drives him. Vegeta wants the whole fight.
He wants all the smoke, is what you're saying.
Yeah, he wants the whole fight. He doesn't want anybody to come in.
Oh, he doesn't want any help.
Yeah.
Because, what did he say about his mom? He said, maybe that's something that my mom, Bulma, saw in my dad. He has this noble, virtuous flaw, and it is kind of noble that he does want to fight the best, and he wants to beat the best. And I think you can admire that, but the problem is the fate of the world is on the line.
Yeah.
And maybe you swallow that pride for the fate of the world, right?
Mm-hmm.
Guys, before we jump in, if you want to support us, there's a link below. That's where we put our reaction on our Patreon. It's available for everyone. Click on that link. But after you're done, come back here to YouTube to hear our post talk.
Let's go.
The whole.
I wanted to see.
Look at that.
I wanted to see Trunk fight.
How
Trunks.
powerful is this guy?
All right, what'd you guys think of that episode? Trunks.
Better. It's
Wow.
good.
Yeah.
He's
Cool.
a freaking beast.
He's a beast, and he loves his father. Even his father, you know, he's a mass murderer.
Don't like him.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, he was controlling his power, and Krillin was able to kind of sense it. Krillin, and you'll see that as the series goes on, he's kind of a really smart fighter. I love this episode historically, the entire thing. And it was pretty good in this version of Kai. Or I'm saying this version, which is Kai, which I know they kind of claim is the true version in terms of how it lines up with the manga. I don't think fans feel that way. One thing I'll say is, yeah, like the way Vegeta and Cell, the way it goes down before he does his final flash. So they add like a reverb, which is like a slight echo. It's called reverb. Like when Vegeta is charging up and he goes, Cell! You know, and he says, prepare to see the power of a true Saiyan warrior. You know, and it's this very powerful moment. And honestly, when Trunks is kind of powering up, or even when Vegeta's powering up, they have that echo or a reverb. And it sounds way better. And I think it's a valid criticism, because if he's just going, it sounds like he's constipated almost.
Yeah.
It's not as powerful to me. It's still cool. I know he's
I thought it sounded like he was talking in a box.
Yeah, I think they tone it down. Or maybe it's the, and this is no offense to the gentleman, the scholar who created this version with the music. Maybe it has something to do with the way he edited the music in. The voices are a little lower. Maybe that's what it is. But, like I said, I love Dragon Ball Z. Grew up on it. This is a slightly different version. But that's fine. It was still great. I thought the episode was great. In terms of the story, nothing has changed, obviously, right?
Yeah.
Trunks is holding back. Vegeta is the final flash. Vegeta does get a great hit on Cell, but it wasn't a kill hit. And, as you can tell, he was able to quickly regenerate. Now, if he would have hit him in a different spot, maybe. We'll see. I mean, I think Cell would have been done for.
Yeah,
I mean,
me
it is
too.
a very powerful attack. And Vegeta is he's the strongest person alive now. But like I said, his son Trunks surpassed him in the time chamber, so he says. And there was just this cool part. I'll show you guys after this. I won't make Brett edit it in. But when Trunks is charging up, I mean, it's just, in the version I watched, Krillin's like, Trunks, can you hear me? What's happening to you? He's like, he doesn't understand what's going on with Trunks. And Trunks is like losing his mind. That's what it looks like. And they cut that out completely for this version. So, Brett, keep all that in.
I said no, and that's final.
Anyways, yeah, now they're going to fight. And he's going to see the true power of a Saiyan warrior. That's all I'll say. But, you know, and we still have
Goku. I mean,
what?
Goku.
We still got Goku and Gohan in the hyperbolic time chamber.
Yep.
They
Gohan, Super Saiyan, and he got a haircut.
Now he can maintain the form.
Yeah, you like his haircut, don't you?
Yeah, it's way better.
I like this haircut on him too.
Yep.
Oh, I'll tell you one thing I liked that was cool, and I think this is something different than the version I watched. Right before he regenerates, he was like, "You shouldn't have been able to hurt my perfect form," and then Vegeta's laughing, which was always funny. Ha ha! He's like mockingly laughing him in the version I watched, but then he goes, "No, seriously." So it was almost reminding me of Dragon Ball Abridged, like in a good way. I thought that was a great line, the way he said it here. And I think that's actually different than the version I watched, and I did like this version better. That part better. So anyways, guys, I think that's it. Anything else to say? Pretty cool
Nope.
episode. What's your
Yeah.
favorite part? Okay.
Him powering up.
Yeah, me too.
Trunks stepping in and doing that.
Yeah, him when his eyes turned white. I loved it. It was wild, man. I remember thinking I need to get
Like a
white
ground
contacts.
animal.
I remember thinking in basketball games in 8th grade, I need to get white contacts and do this and just like
And then-
act like a beast.
What?
And then
I
Krillin,
know, it was stupid. What?
And then Krillin looks like terrified.
Yeah, that was cool. That's my favorite. It was one of my favorite parts of all of Dragon Ball Z, actually. What do you think, Boogies?
Same as you.
Okay. Very good answer. All right. All right, guys. Much love. See you next week or not. If you don't want to wait, see us on Patreon. Bye-bye.